Good Thursday night. Yes, indeed. It's another episode of the Sideline Junkies. It's your boys coming to you live and direct on a Thursday night. Tonight, we got a little quick show we want to get through for you. The man to my left is the only man I know in the world with signed boots from MC Brains from the Oochie Coochie La 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 video. He got them in a box. So, big guy, KG. And then it's me. They call me BC. They call me Midnight Rider. They call me Ben, the man of a million names. So I am the Midnight Rider. How you feeling today, brother?
I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty damn good. This has been a whirlwind of a week. And I still didn't get it right. I still didn't do everything right that I was supposed to do right. But hey, I'm in charge of banners and I still messed it up. So
that's all good. Because you know what they say, and everybody says is welcome to Thursday night Throwdown. Yeah.
It's crazy. Because I that was supposed to be rolling across the bottom of the screen and ain't rolling nowhere. All right. We got a rapid fire show. So let me say this now. Get this out the way. Because it's got to be at the top of the show. Can't be in the middle. Can't be at the bottom. Today is a special day. The man of the hour, Tower of Power, too sweet to ever be sour. Delonte celebrates his birthday today. I think he's a hot 25 today. So happy birthday to you, brother. Hopefully you enjoying yourself, eating a good dinner and everything. And you just doing the damn thing, man. So happy birthday to you. Many more. Our Broncos insider. I would love to hear what he got to say about the Wizards right about now, and we getting the NBA news. That's one thing that I need to hear. I need to hear from the Wizards fans on that. So, happy birthday, brother. Enjoy your month. Forget the day. Enjoy the month. It's all yours. Well, you got to share with Mrs. Boss BJ, but it's y'all's. It's y'all month.
Before we get started, I know we got some things going in. I got a special friend, LaWanica Baker. Her birthday's today. But earlier this week or last week, she lost her dad. So I invited her over to come check us out. I don't know if she's going to be able to watch, but we just want to give you an escape, you know what I'm saying? So you can still get some of that sports that you got from your dad. Maybe you can just listen to us and we can help you out, just get through the tough times or get through the moment. But tonight, normally we do an hour-long show, but we're here for a good time, not a long time tonight. So let's get it going, man.
All right. We got switch gears a little bit and condolences because it seems like people are going left and right. Death is a part of living. So I will say that. We've been losing legends left and right. Bobby Knight, former Indiana Hoosiers head coach, passed away last night. I believe it was. When he retired, he had the most wins in NCAA history at 902. Head coach at Army, Indiana, and Texas Tech. As a head coach, he was a 3-time champion, 5 times in the Final Four, won the Big Ten regular season championship 11 times, won the NIT in 1979. He's won the Henry Iba Award twice, Naismith College Coach of the Year in 87, 3-time AP Coach of the Year, Claire B Coach of the Year Award, 5-time Big Ten Coach of the Year, Naismith Award for Outstanding Contribution to Basketball in 07, 2-time gold medal head coach in 79 and in 84 for the Pan American Games and the Los Angeles Games in 84, Basketball Hall of Fame and College Basketball Hall of Fame inductee. Like I said, 902 and 371. He was 83 years old. Young man. Midnight Rider.
I mean, the guy's going to have one of the greatest accomplishments of being undefeated and winning the national championship. And no one has been close. The closest was St. Joe's back in the day. So you got to tip your hat to that man for that. The 2 gold medals are special. I mean, the crazy thing is you're going to remember him for being a passionate, fiery coach, and we're also going to remember some of the lowlights. So I guess it's like life. You get the ups and the downs, and he managed to work his way through all of them. And he had some positive influences because he had some guys go on to become coaches. For me, when I think of coaches, is you if you can influence or get other guys to go into this profession, I think you've done your job.
Yeah, and that's true. I've heard nothing but praise. This is long before today. I've heard nothing but praise from former players and contemporaries of how good of a person he is. But also, yes, he uses colorful language, but it's to get the job done. And it was never a thing of malice. So rest in peace to him. We also got to shed some light on the 5th overall pick in the 1977 draft. Walter Davis from Pine, North Carolina. If you're not old enough to know about Walter Davis, Tar Heel, was selected by the Suns, played with the Suns, the Nuggets, the Blazers, and finished up his career with the Nuggets in 92. 6-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA second team, NBA Rookie of the Year in 78, NBA Rookie first team in 78. His number 6 is retired by the Suns. First team ACC in 77 and second team All-ACC in 76. He averaged 18.9 a game, 3.8 assists, and 1.2 steals. Won a gold medal in the Olympics in 76. Was also a scout with the Wizards. Most people don't know that. He was a scout here in Washington with the Wizards. Another unknown fact that we don't know about Walter Davis. He is actually the guy that inspired Michael Jordan. It wasn't Dr. J. It wasn't everybody. It was Walter Davis. He said Walter Davis was his favorite player.
So I don't know if this is a technical issue on my side or a technical issue on KG's side. So right now we're just going through and just remembering Walter Davis. We've lost some legends here lately, and in the last couple of weeks, as time goes on, life is precious, and we gotta kind of share these memories and take care of memories of those loved ones. We're going to go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and jump into something else that we normally do. Oh, there he is. KG, can you give me the runner if you can hear me?
Yeah, I had to pop back on in another form because I don't know what's going on here. But what was the last thing you heard from me?
You were talking about Michael Jordan being.
Hold on, because now I can't hear you. Hold on. Jeez, this is killer. This is absolutely killer.
Let's see. We got a comment. Can we get to the comment? Incognito KG. Hey, Paul, if you can hear us or hear me, let me know what the sound sounds like, because somebody's having technical difficulties, and I can't pinpoint if it's me or KG. So I'm guessing it's me. Wow, this is a great week. All right, cool. So I know it's not it's KG and not me. All right, so last week we picked some games over the weekend. Just to do a quick recap, we talked about the Jags and the Steelers. There you go. You in?
Now I can't hear shit.
This
I guess you can hear me. I can't hear you. Just keep rolling on. If you remember the last 3 games of the week 8 that we meant to cover. If you can roll into those, let me see if I can figure this out.
All right, guys. Sorry for this. Having some technical difficulties. What we're gonna do is try to jump into the last couple of games that we talked about. I need some help from my colleagues in the chat. Paul, if you remember the games from Sunday, let me know. I know we did the Ravens game. Exactly. You're absolutely right, Paul. Sideline Junkie sponsored by Geek Squad. It's been like this the last 2 nights, and I don't understand what's going on. Tuesday night we had the same some issues as well. This is amazing, man. But I guess it comes with the territory. Just getting back to some of the things that we normally do. Let's go ahead and jump into the list. Oh, KC Denver. There we go. Thank you. So KC versus Denver was one of the games we highlighted, and this game was a shocker to everybody. It was interesting because KC was on a stretch of beating Denver something like 16 times in a row or 15 times in a row. So if you had any kind of league where you do picks or survivor pool, this is probably one of the teams that you decide to pick. And Denver came out fought hard, forced Mahomes into a couple interceptions, and from that point, it was just one of those things that it just looked like Denver could never get right. I mean, I'm sorry, KC can never get right at all the rest of the way. I don't know, man. I definitely wasn't expecting that. I know all of us missed that because we didn't have Denver in the office pool. I know we had the over on that game, and I think that was 22-9 or something like that. So it's crazy, man. But yeah, KC Denver is kind of the shocker of the week. If you can
I
hear
agree
me,
with that.
okay.
Yeah, I can hear you now. I don't know what's going on. Oh my god!
Nah, come on, we good. You just might have to plug into your modem going forward or something like that.
I don't even know if it's that. My whole computer shut down on me. Like when it got chopped and the whole thing shut down on me. So where were we at? Which game did you cover?
No, I just covered KC Denver because I was trying to figure it out because my phone just died. So this has been, like Paul said in the chat, it's the Sideline Junkie sponsored by Geek Squad. So
yeah,
it's been one of those moments, man. But now let's just rock out these 2 games, hit the list real quick, and then get into this Pittsburgh game tonight.
Right. Now one of the games that we covered was our game here in DC.
Right.
Which was Washington versus Philly.
Right.
And no matter how you slice that game, we got a quarterback, y'all. We got a quarterback. Now, he did make a mistake, but the defense let him down.
What?
Sam Howell, I'm saying the defense let him down because they let that man run straight up the boundary.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just you actually letting somebody arrive. That's the part you're giving somebody kudos for arriving.
I mean, well, when you're good, you're good. But we got a quarterback, y'all. Sam Howell, 39 of 52, 397, 4 touchdowns, and a pick. And that pick was kind of costly, but still. And whatever they were doing offensively, Washington had Philadelphia off balance. And I think this probably be a game where people take notice and say, hey, if Washington's able to do this, we should be able to pick them apart in the middle as well.
Quite possibly, yes.
Jalen Hurts, 29 of 38, 319, and 4 touchdowns as well. AJ Brown, 8 catches, 130 yards. Devontae Smith, 7 catches, 99 yards. It should be 6 catches and less than that, but is it me?
Like I said before, this is 3 out of the last 4 games. The last 2 at home, and the one up in Philly where he's had a catch that's been questionable that he's gotten credit for every time. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense at all.
Makes you wonder, do they have the refs in the pocket?
Nah, I don't worry about that. I just think it's bad luck, and Ron just not being smart enough to go ahead and throw the flag. Like that's the situation. You got to throw that flag no matter what because of the field position you can gain. And if you're wrong, you're just wrong. And the worst case scenario, you just say,
Right.
"Hey, I made a mistake," and you wear it. That's all he had to do in the media. And most people in the media would have been like, "Oh, okay, go ahead."
I'm trying. I gotta find the last game here. The last game that we had, it was that one. Hold on, give me 1 second. I got you.
No
I'm
problem.
coming. I'm coming.
I don't.
Jeez. I'm working here. I'm working.
What's up with the
See the midnight. The Midnight Ride always put this stuff in there. Last one we did Minnesota Green Bay. Kirk Cousins out. He had his surgery already. Baltimore, Arizona.
So real quick on the Green Bay, Minnesota, I think the world or the Cloud9 is crashing, and Love is not who we thought he was. I don't know if it's because his receivers are young or because of them just not being able to execute. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I agree. It's not a Love show anymore. Baltimore, Arizona was another game that we covered. Baltimore looking like a well-oiled machine. Did we talk about Baltimore Tuesday night?
Yeah, we did. I don't know if we talked about it Tuesday, but I mean the key right now is Lamar Jackson is looking good. I think their only issue is trying to get Odell involved, and the sooner they can get him involved, the more dynamic that offense becomes.
It was a quote that was out that was attributed to him, and I don't know if it was true. He said he's not in love with football anymore. I don't know if he really said that in the media. I hope
not. I don't know about that.
I'm upset with that. To be honest, I'm very upset with that. If that's the case, and you're not in love with football anymore, because no comment. Anyway, we talked about Rams Cowboys, and I asked the question about the Cowboys. I said the Cowboys, and I said this on our pregame show. I said this on the Sunday Rise. I said the Cowboys are gonna win this game. You guys is like, no, it's gonna be the Rams. So the Cowboys gonna win this game. I said, look what the date is. The date is still October. The Cowboys gonna win this game. And then after this game, you're gonna hear a lot of Cowboy fans. We them boys, we going to the show and all this. Their hopes are gonna start to dwindle in the next week or two. So, last but not least, we did San Fran and Cincinnati. We talked about that. We talked about Seattle, Cleveland, Pittsburgh. Okay, that's everything. So we up against it. We got to head on over. The Midnight Rider has a special edition of the top 5 college quarterbacks as we know it right now. He likes to call it the list.
So, folks, this is the expedited speed round of the list. So at number 5, out of FSU, Jordan Travis, you just made the list. Number 4, guys, drop down. He's been 1, he's been 2, he's been 3 on this list. This week he's 4 because his team seems to struggle in big games, and it's not all because of him. It's because of his offensive line, and that's Shedeur Sanders out of Colorado. At number 3, a man that's jumped back up on the list. I don't know how to describe him. I kind of had him off the list. I brought him back on the list, and that's going to be at number 3, Mr. Drake May out of North Carolina. At number 2, it's the man that they've been talking about, saying he's the best prospect in football, the best college prospect ever, and that man is Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, you just made the list. And at number one, the man that's been holding this list down for about 3 weeks now, Michael Penix Jr. You just made the list. So there we go. So at 1, Michael Penix Jr. 2, Caleb Williams. 3, we have Drake May. 4, Shedeur Sanders. 5, Jordan Travis. And yes, Paul, Jordan Travis finally made the list. KG? Looks like we lost KG again. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to this big game we got tonight. We got Tennessee taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's been rumored all last week, or it was rumored last week, that the Tennessee Titans were going to end up trading away the big fella, King Henry, to the Baltimore Ravens. And people were trying to figure out what happened and why didn't this trade happen. And I kept telling everybody the reason this trade didn't happen is because Will Levis went out, threw for 4 touchdowns, and looked awesome. He looked great. Now, he may not keep it up, but I know one thing. That owner in that owner's box looked down and said, that's my second-round pick, and thought that they may have a chance to do something special. He already is a better thrower than anybody they have that roster right now. So they're probably going to ride this Will Levis train till the wheels fall off. And this is perfect for him. I mean, he has no pressure. He's playing with house money. So coming into this ball game tonight, I think you're going to see some things happen. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins is probably the happiest man in the room because now he gets to be explosive again. He actually has somebody that can actually throw him the football and give him the ball downfield. Actually let him be a playmaker. That's going to be interesting in his own right. So we're going to see what happens and see how this plays out, because if they can get on the run, their division outside of Jacksonville, they're pretty much in position to make something happen. They can get in there. I mean, it's Houston. Houston's on a little run, but you never know with that. So if Will Levis can play, we're not even saying elite quarterback play. We're talking about mid-level quarterback play. If you can get mid-level quarterback play out of Will Levis, this team is going to be dangerous as the season goes on, because this defense can be suffocating. And on the Pittsburgh side, I just don't know what it is, but it looks like this offense just can't get out of his way at times. And I don't understand it. You have Pickett, who's looked well at times, but this year it just hasn't clicked. And in the preseason, oh my gosh, it looked like they were going to come out and score like 700 points this season. But the preseason hasn't translated to the regular season. Najee, they're struggling in the backfield. Najee Harris is barely averaging 3 yards a carry, if he's even averaging that. They like playing Jalen Warren, and that poor kid got a fine on a bad play or a bad call. And the NFL has to do something about their fine system, because this kid got fined $49,000, and his game day paycheck is $56,000. So we know my man didn't get anything to take home with him. And Paul, you're absolutely right, man. We'll get to see if Levis can handle a TJ Watt pass rush. And even the guy on the other side, Alex, what is Alex's last name? God, Highsmith. Alex Highsmith is going to be another guy that can he's going to create havoc as well. I know they may be without Minkah Fitzpatrick. I haven't seen the latest crawl on the screen to see if he's active tonight, but I know he went down with a bad hamstring on Saturday. But Pittsburgh's always dangerous on defense. They're one of those teams that no matter what you do, what they have on the roster, they can always roll out a pass rush and a defense. Everything else may not be well, but they're going to be there in that regard. And they always have wide receivers. And thanks, Paul, for the update. Fitzpatrick is out tonight. So that makes that secondary vulnerable for sure. And maybe what we get tonight is we might get we're not going to shoot out. Sorry. I tried to say it, but I can't say it in good faith because I just don't believe in Matt Canada and his offense. And
It's going to be a 13-10 shootout.
There you go. That's exactly what it looks like it's going to be. But I think Levis might make some magic. You never know, because all it takes is one. And I know you're a big Gibbs guy. I'm a believer in Gibbs, and he used to have a thing where you take at least 2 or 3 shots a game and see what happens. And I think if Tennessee can hold up on the line, they're going to take a shot or two, because this kid has a big league arm. I think I had him at the second strongest arm. And that's just off of what I was looking at. And I could have been wrong. He might have had the best arm in this draft class. But he gives this team, Tennessee, a level of explosiveness that you haven't had in a while. This might even, I'm not gonna say Warren Moon, but it goes back a ways for them being a very explosive offense. I would probably say almost Steve McNair in terms of throwing the deep ball. But tonight we got two clashes of the Titans, or the Titans and the Steelers, I should say, to keep it from being a pun. And I think the Steelers win this ball game. The Steelers win this ball game late on a field goal, and I actually have it 17-14. In that regard, KG, I can hear you. So if you got a pick, go ahead and give it out, and then we'll get up out of here.
10-7 Tennessee Titans.
All right, so KG's got 10-7. Paul, if you can run yours in real quick, I'll give your if you got a pick, let me know, Paul. But
it's a shootout with 22s. It ain't no heavy artillery. It's just little 22s.
So it's all that dude from Harlem Nights, that little pack.
Yeah. That's all it is. But here's the thing. Thursday night football, we get some shock or some upsets. You may get a shock or upset right about now. And it may shock you. And this game may be 45-42 when it's all said and done. Paul says 20-17. Pittsburgh.
Okay. Yeah, I mean this is a Pittsburgh game. And we gotta get a saying for Pittsburgh because they're like the Ravens. They muck it up enough where they give themselves a chance in ball games that they probably shouldn't have a chance. But again, because of their defense, they're always in ball games, and you can't beat that. They give themselves a chance every week to win the ball game. And sometimes you look at their team in the preseason and think, oh, this team's only winning 6 ball games. And you look up halfway through the season and they're right there in the midst. So I can definitely see that, Paul, for sure. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up because we're getting close to kickoff. It's 8:13. Let's try to get out before kickoff.
2 things. We supposed to talk NBA news, but with the technical difficulties and time, we can't overrun because we don't want to miss kickoff. So we'll get back with that. First and foremost,
go ahead.
Congratulations to the Texas Rangers winning the World Series last night. This was the least watched 5-game series of the World Series, I think, ever.
Let's give a special shout out to those little kids in that little country somewhere where the old T-shirts go. They'll get some new, fresh Arizona Diamondback World Series champions T-shirts to sport around with their other shirts that they get every year.
Yeah. And Paul says F the Titans.
There it is. That's that AFC rivalry right there, baby.
I didn't even know Game 5 was going on last night. And the World Series is a big thing, and it wasn't even really a big thing. So that was kind of surprising.
Well, this was the last couple of days have been what they call the sports equinox. It's basically all the sports were playing at a certain time or at one time. So you had Monday Night Football, you had Game 3 of the World Series, I think it was. You had basketball going, you had NHL going. So it was just a night where everything was on. You had Monday Night Raw if you're a wrestling fan. So definitely, I mean, everything was going at the same time. So you just got lost. I know I did. I got lost in what I was watching. But the good thing is, with Sling TV, shout out to Sling TV. I can have a little section when I use my remote. I can just go down, and it's got all my last click channels, and boom, I can just pick up on any game I want or any situation. I got to see if I still got my league pass because that's also been a gem. I even watched your Chicago Bulls a couple times.
Ain't nothing to watch there, but I like to segue with wrestling because Saturday is Crown Jewel. It's early in the afternoon. Directly after Crown Jewel, you will hear and hopefully see my beautiful face and my melodious voice with the People's Choice Don Rodriguez, and we will do a recap of what we felt were great matches with Crown Jewel. And then later on in the evening, you'll see, hopefully, if everything works out right, You'll see myself with the All In Sports show
So that
at
gets
6 p.m.
so that gets taped at 6. But
Oh, it's not live?
no, that's not live. So that gets taped
Okay.
and then it goes live. So this is gonna be funny. Because I had this last month where we'll be live during our show. There'll be the tape version of what we did Saturday going on from 7 to 7:30. So they can get you can get a preview of us before you get us. That's what you'll have. So if you check in Tuesday night 7 on the All In Sports, and if you want, I can try to make sure I pull that over to the Sideline Junkies page. You can watch us, the Sideline Junkies, on the All In Sports show on Saturday. It's a quick show, so you can get us in. I mean, it's gonna be like that, brother. I'm telling you right now. It flows because the first segment is pretty much a tour around sports, and then the second and third segments is really where we get going. So it's gonna be a treat. Kickoff has already happened. Pittsburgh's got the ball. Let's get up out of this place, man.
So, with that being said, thank you all for bearing with us during these technical, difficult times. Happy birthday again, Delonte. That's the Midnight Ride. I'm the big guy, KG. We don't do no overtime, so I got to go figure out what the hell's going on. So I got to go tinker in the server room. But we are out of here.
Peace.